This is the first year back, obviously at the Plaza after a bump in the road, which wasn't really a bump in the road. I mean, the one thing about the farmers market, which I saw just as a resident, was that you're just so resilient. Like, you were able to do what you would normally have done, and you modified, you pivoted like any business would, and you figured it out, and then all of us, reap the benefits. I'm really proud to have you guys in this community. I'm especially proud that you have your own ribbon that has the Farmers Market logo on here. I'm honored to cut this with you, and we're trying to figure out how you do that with such a small scissor. But why don't you take one side, I'll do the other. Ready? One, everybody together. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you all.
Check on this. What's that look like? Wow. See how beautiful that is? That is gorgeous. Hey everyone, thanks for watching us today. My name is Christine Vonderland, and I'm the Vice President of the Board of the Metuchen Farmers Market. We're an independent nonprofit whose mission it is to support responsible local agriculture, to support our local artisans and producers, and also to bring healthy and sustainable eating to New Jersey through Jersey Fresh produce and products, and we bring those to the market every Saturday. We are here in the downtown plaza of Metuchen, which is just 1 block west of the big intersection in town. We're here every Saturday from 9 to 2 in the afternoon, and we love being part of the Metuchen community. And as part of a new series that we're starting, which we're going to be calling Metuchen Presents, where we'll be talking with local chefs and farmers and people that we love sharing our community with. Today we're here with Shanaz Abdeljabbar, who is the main chef and the owner of Olive Press Eatery, also here in Metuchen and in the town plaza. And if you don't know Olive Press Eatery, they are a casual Palestinian eatery and bookstore, and people can come here and eat and commune. Okay, but beyond the plate, which has delicious homemade Middle Eastern food, they also promote social and political justice as part of their mission, which is a commitment to a more peaceful and equitable world for all. And they do that through featuring missed and underrepresented writers on their bookshelves, along with products and cookbooks. And they also hold several community events to support that mission. And they love giving back. As a matter of fact, they have a percentage of their sales they donate to helping economically challenged students at Rutgers University to buy meal plans and help the students. And just last fall, during the pandemic, when everyone was struggling and trying to find their own way and support themselves, they still found the time and energy to form a food drive for food and products that they actually delivered to families in need. And that, to me, is community. We love to have Olive Press and Shanaz here, and for that reason, we're delighted and honored to be speaking with her today. Shanaz, I love being here with you in your restaurant, where you do this fabulous cooking every day. And right outside of your doors is where we have the Metuchen Farmers Market. And we love when chefs come by and shop for themselves, for their families, for ingredients, for their dishes at the restaurant. And I think we share a lot of the same ideas. We love cooking seasonably with Jersey Fresh produce. And correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that also the basis of Middle Eastern Palestinian home cooking?
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. Yep, we're seasonal eaters. What's available is what you eat. We store, like when you grow wheat, we store the wheat and we grind it into flour, and that becomes something that sustains us through the winter. They dry and pickle things. So it's the same idea. The local farmers markets provide these type of things. And yes, I'm always, because you guys are right there in front of our shop.
Right.
So I'm always shopping for my family. Sometimes I'll grab something and I'll just whip it up in here for the guys, and just share it with the team.
Yeah.
So absolutely, we're definitely in tune with the, with the local eating, seasonal eating, and also about our health and eating fresh.
Yes.
And supporting local farmers.
So you're going to show us a little bit today how to do that, how to take what's on hand work with the seasons and what's available with the farmers, bring it into your kitchen, and make these flavors pop on our plates.
Yeah.
So what do you have for us today?
Okay, so we're gonna start today with what you guys know as shakshuka. We call it kelayat bandura, which is basically frying pan of tomatoes.
It falls off of your tongue. What is it? Let me try. Was it
Kelayat bandura.
Kaled bandura?
With bev, not bev, which is with eggs, right? So it's very simple. You're just gonna take your tomatoes, slice them,
Okay.
you layer it in the pan, you add some onions. I added a little red pepper. These are serrano peppers, parsley, and some minced garlic. The beauty about this is also you have like 3 or 4 asparagus sitting in your fridge being lonely and you don't want them to like completely shrivel up. Cut them up and throw it in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna oops.
I gotta open the top. Get the thumb in the position.
We're gonna drizzle olive oil on here.
Now there's no oil on the bottom, is that right?
No.
Okay,
I like
so
to put
just
it on.
the veggies right in the pan, cold like that. Okay.
Yep. And then we're gonna add a little depth of flavor here. So here I have some smoked paprika, some cumin, and some coriander.
Okay. Is
And
that a special spice mix that you like to use?
I actually
your
use it in the
cuisine?
restaurant on our shakshuka.
Oh, okay.
But our shakshuka is made a little bit differently because we stew ours for quite a long time. Because
But at
restaurants, this is home style stuff.
And what brought you to Metuchen, Shanaz?
Well, truth be told, we own the bagel shop up the street. We own Bagel Pantry, and my husband always has such wonderful things. We've been there for about 20 years. So my husband always had wonderful things. I come, and hang out at the shop, and I've gone to the restaurants here. And there's something special about this place for us as business owners, and plus for us as, we walk up and down the street, bring my kids here. So it just felt logical and normal to just look for a space here.
So Shanaz, tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you always want to cook?
I think that we all cook to some degree at home, right? I think being Palestinian presents special things about our identity that we cling to. So, my dad was always about, cooking and inviting people and, like I said, social political justice things. So I think this all culminated in the things that I truly love, right? Besides just the books and independent publishers, we also support women's co-ops. A lot of the embroidery here we have is women's co-ops. Also, there's specific dishes this is like Arab cooking in general, but there's specific dishes that are Palestinian. So we wanted to showcase those things. And we didn't want to be like, oh, come on, you just sit down and then we bring you a waitress and there is no human interaction. Our tagline is eat, meet, read, right? So we wanted something casual. I come out before the pandemic, of course, I would come out, have conversations. I'd be invited by people to sit with them and we would just talk. And I think that's the beauty of community, right? It's also communication. So
But,
we're gonna let this cook.
Beautiful. And so the idea is you don't want to brown anything or give
No.
it high heat. It's
You're
more of
stewing
a
it.
it's more of a stew, a gentle saute. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good
You're
to know.
gonna be stewing this. We're gonna be stewing this. We're gonna allow it, like I said, to sit and just cook through. You can't overcook it. Okay, just
That's
as
good to
long as
know.
you keep it covered.
Yeah.
Also, the water from the vegetables works as a steam, and it cooks everything, so it just stays really nice. You can't really burn it, like I said, unless you
good.
leave it there for a couple hours.
Yeah, right.
Nobody's gonna do that, right?
It's the house. Looks delicious.
Wow.
I can smell it already. I mean, just the heat started coming on, but
Yeah. Give it some time. I'm just gonna grab a cover for this.
okay. That's a good idea. What I love about Middle Eastern Arabic food is I feel like it has something for everybody. There are different flavors, textures. It's wonderful for carnivores, for vegetarians. So in a very broad sense, can you explain for us the basic roots of Palestinian cooking and what is cooking from the Levant region like?
It's based in agriculture, right? It's what you gathered from your land is what you ate. Now, meat, yes, there are shepherds, right? But Meat is not the major component. What they do is meat comes in when it's like celebratory. So they'll have like a rice and with meat or chicken and homemade bread. So with like the dish called Metuchen. But like I said, these things are only used for like when guests come over or whatever. Of course, more modern times, people have moved away from this traditional way of eating. But at the restaurant, I wanted to bring that back, right? We do have meat on the menu, but we also have many options. You can eat vegetarian, you can eat vegan, right? So yeah, I think it embraces, there's a history. And this embraces a history that talks to us as Palestinians, and also to stay healthy, right? And talks to people, connects you to land, it connects you to health. Now, while this is cooking, we're gonna move on to our other sides. I decided to do 2 for you guys today.
Oh, nice.
Everybody's familiar with dandelion,
Oh, yeah.
but we're more familiar with it as a weed in our lawn. But it's actually super healthy for you. And you'll find it more now at farmers markets and in supermarkets, right? And I wanted people to, not to be so afraid of the bitterness, because people don't like bitter things.
Right.
We took our dandelion, we just gave it a nice rough chop, as you can see here. And I washed it, of course, then chopped it, gave it a quick rough chop, put it in a pan with a little bit of water, kept tossing it till it cooked completely through.
Okay.
And then I strained it, and then I took it out and squeezed it by hand. Just take out a little extra water. So essentially what you're doing is you're getting rid of some of the bitter.
Okay.
Right? Now, I put it here with about half a cup of tahini. I don't know if you guys know what tahini is. Tahini paste. That's crushed sesame seed made into a paste that we use in baba ganoush. We use it in hummus. We use it in the dandelion salad. I have about, I want to say, a tablespoon of garlic. I mean, you can go less or more depending on your palate. And what we do is we're going to add a little bit of salt here, and we're going to add lemon juice.
Right to it.
So lemon juice, right, replaces the bitterness in the dandelion, the one that you lost. Always add lemon and salt. Lemon and garlic are actually quite popular in our dishes, especially our salads. So now we have, remember, because when you set up Nawashif, you'll have a table of 4, 6, 7 people, even 2 people, whatever, right? So what we do is we break them up into plates. There's one.
Nice.
And then you'll have one, for example, on this side, one on this side, because so everybody can get some.
Oh, nice.
It's the idea of the
So
shareable.
no reaching across the table. It's called the boarding.
Or you just pass it around.
Yeah, right.
So we're gonna.
That is delicious. Now you could also prepare the greens like that and even put them in your refrigerator and use them in other applications, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And then you're gonna drizzle
Oh,
olive oil.
Liquid
This
gold.
is yeah. This is liquid. Definitely liquid gold. This is from Palestine, from our family's orchard. They actually send it to us every year. So
All right, speed round. Are you ready? Okay, so number 1. All right, so meat or veg based?
veg.
Okay. And question number 2, the starch stats. Is it rice, grains, bread, or noodles?
I think balanced.
Balanced. Okay, a little bit of everything. Spice level, mild, medium, or hot, hot, hot?
Mild. So we use like a mixed spice, which is called like the 7 Arabic spice. And it's just a mixture of like cinnamon and coriander and cumin and clove. So we use a lot of these. And people, when they hear spice, they think that it's spicy. It's not spicy, it's spiced. Right?
Flavor.
Right. It's got a nice, it gives depth of flavor. And now we're gonna move to our watercress. This is actually one of my favorites. Okay. So watercress, it's distinct in the sense that it has a nice, I don't know, to me it tastes kind of like radishes, like from the radish family.
Yeah.
It has that spunk to it.
Right.
So,
Real bite. Real like nice tight bitter bite.
Yeah.
It's great.
So very simple, very simple. You take your watercress, wash it, give it a nice chop. You see, like it's about like this. You don't want it too fine.
Okay.
And then garlic again. Here's our garlic.
How
It's
much
about
garlic?
About a teaspoon and a half or 2 teaspoons of garlic. Like I said, maybe, not by teaspoon. Let me do like 3 small cloves. And like I said, if you enjoy garlic, add a little extra. It's not going to kill it.
As you go along.
Now, you can do 2 things with this salad. I decided to use labana. You can use a plain yogurt, which is more watery, and it'll give you a more, a lighter consistency. But I wanted to do the labana because I did this last night for dinner too. It was really good. If you don't, see, that's the idea of like swapping things out.
Yeah.
If you don't have the plain yogurt, well, you can use the strained yogurt.
Right.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Just gives a different consistency.
Tell us what labna is for those who aren't
So
familiar
labana
with
is
that.
basically plain yogurt, but what happens is we put them in like cloth bags and we strain the excess water out of it. So the water gets strained and what's left is actually more sour too because we don't put it in the refrigerator. We actually put it outside at home. You put it on your kitchen cabinet.
Hang it up and let it go.
And you just leave it there. Because remember, like yogurts and stuff have bacteria.
Yep.
Good bacteria for you. So the more you let it sit out too, the more sour it is, the more tasty it is. Right? So this is about, I want to say, about 3/4 of a cup of labana.
Okay.
And like I said, you can add whatever you like. Did I put salt on here? No.
You put a little bit, you put a little more.
I did?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
There you go.
Here we go. A little bit
It's
more
not gonna
salt.
hurt. You know those greens, they have to soak it up.
And then you're just going to kind of work this through it.
Okay, and you're kind of sort of gently mashing
Yeah.
it, but not like
Yeah, no.
beating it to a pulp.
Yeah, no. You just want to, exactly.
They're tender greens.
Right. And this is fantastic because it's so cooling. It's refreshing. It's
Yeah.
a refreshing kick. Adding yogurt also makes it a nice refreshing kick. If you do it's soothing. It's soothing and it's cooling. So
Yeah.
when you're eating like barbecue, this is actually quite popular. Use the yogurt instead of the labana, and then you can just pour it over your meats.
Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful accompaniment. Or you can eat it like this, just with a salad, some bread, and olive oil. Which that's what we plan on
fantastic.
doing.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of tzatziki, like the way like in Greek food you have that on the sides. It's
Yep.
kind of similar feeling, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I like the balance between the dairy and the vegetable.
And then we're gonna serve this baby up.
Kind of eat
No
as much or
waste.
as little as you like.
We'll
yeah,
eat,
no waste.
We'll eat this later with bread.
Okay.
We'll clean it up. And then, of course, we top it again with our olive oil. Just dashes of olive oil.
Now, would you put any other kind of garnish on top of that? Would you do like, I don't know, pomegranate seeds?
You can.
Or sesame
You can.
seeds? You could. Okay.
You can if you'd like. You want to add, like you said, seeds, flax seeds, whatever. I mean, they're versatile, right? Nothing's written in stone. You can add things. These are the bases. And that's why we do a lot of side plates, right? Nawashif means what? In Arabic, kind of like
Like a mezza.
dry.
Oh, dry. Oh,
Dry. Nawashif, like dry things. So, but it's not really dry.
Yeah.
It's salads. This is going to be the main, right? You put cheeses, whatever cheese you have in your fridge. Take it out. Cut it up into cubes, throw it in a plate.
Yeah.
You have some sausage, you want to add a little protein. Cut up some sausage, fry it up, throw it in a small plate. Actually, you'd be surprised. I can tell you this can feed at least 6 people.
Oh, wonderful. And that brings me to the menu at Olive Press Eatery. You mentioned shareables, and I love that about the restaurant. You break the menu down into components which you call shareables. Then there are sandwiches, there are kitchen specialties, and soups and salads. And so it appears that your attention for Olive Press is more home-cooked meals. It's more a combination of family recipes, right? A little fast and street food. Is that how you organize the menu here?
Yeah, definitely. And we actually expanded the menu when we first opened. We did the basics, just the basic staples of Arab cooking and like Palestinian traditional meals. Like for example, the Metuchen, which is, I bake the bread here for it, and we make spinach pies also out of it. Anyway, it's a bread, but traditionally in Palestine, it would be covered with onions and sumac, and then like chicken would be cooked on the side by itself. But here we had to adapt it to a restaurant, so we made it kind of like a pizza. We cooked the chicken with the onions, put it on top of the bread, and then you bake it, and it comes out. It's absolutely one of the best dishes ever. I love eating it.
It is delicious. It is delicious. And I've had it here and I've had it as takeout and it works. I can still get it home and just put it in the oven and heat it up just a little bit and get that same experience. I love it.
Yeah. So we want people to feel like they're eating from Mom's kitchen. You know? This is not about, it's not a contest. It's not, you know, it's really about bringing people together around tables and saying, you know, this is what we eat. This is how we eat it. Maybe it doesn't appeal to everybody, but it's definitely a place where you can start conversations and have people come in and say, hey, I really like this dish. You know, I got to come back for more.
Oh, and look how it caramelizes on the bottom of the pan too. So you do get that one extra
And
flavor.
you guys
I'm
have
gonna go
awesome
right
bread.
in.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna go right in there. I'm not gonna be shy.
No, don't be shy.
All right.
When you're
And
shy,
I'm
you
gonna
miss
get in
out.
there. Yeah, no time for shy.
Right.
Look at that. Oh God, that beautiful yolk, and it just melds right in with the vegetables and that tomato skin and that onion. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I'm making that food face. Oh yeah, like of course, it's delicious. You should all be here right now eating this. But the beauty is you can make this at home. Shanaz taught us how to put this together, how to feed your family, yourself, your family, or a crowd of people with this beautiful seasonal produce that you can just improvise and do whatever you want with. But the flavor, the texture, look how gorgeous it is. It's very satisfying, and indeed this is sustainable, healthy local eating. So thank you, Shanaz.
Thank you, Christine. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you to the community. We were warmly received here, and that meant the world to us. We didn't know how people would receive us. I think they've embraced the idea of this place being a space, and it's a safe space also. It's a safe space for people's ideas, for people, you know, who want to just come in here and sit down and enjoy conversations. And also when we have like authors come and speak, it's a place where you don't necessarily hear their points of view. So I really want to, you know, give back that big hug to the community and say thank you for supporting us continually.
Delicious food and a love of community. Really, what's not to love? I mean, that's exactly the kind of business that we adore having here in Metuchen. So Shanaz, thank you so much. And best of luck to you and the restaurant, and can't wait to eat everything on your menu.
Thank you.